Right now, I'm writing on a book as a date coach for men, how to become a gentleman. What was the topics yesterday we worked out with the ChatGPT? You remember any of them?
Yeah, there's some general principles. Basically, we're going to talk about 10 principles, which I agree 100%. When he showed me that, I was completely impressed, but not surprised, because he is indeed a gentleman. He's a very respectful and really good company as a man. And that's why he has a lot of girlfriends, and it's not just writing about, but like living while you're writing, you know. And he really showed that, and you feel comfortable and you feel safe when you're around him. So yeah.
Yeah, my interview advice from that book, actually, all the testimonials, or not testimonials, more like the collection of ideas, came from interviews with women, friends who I've dated or who I've met in my life, or who have just come across and asked some questions and said, hey, I'm writing a book about how men should deal or interact or behave with women. And the idea was to make something like a guideline, like guidebook, a self-help book, something like a coaching book. And these tips are all from different women, actually, and also of my experience, of course, a reflection of my experience written down in words. And we are going over them and sharing them with you right now, yeah.
Yeah, so first one, it's respect her individuality. Every woman is unique with her own interests, opinions, and perspectives. Treat her with respect and appreciation for her individuality. And that's a very common thing due to tradition of a man and woman relationship, because in the past, once you got married, you leave your family, you leave your house, and you go stay with your husband, and you spend the holidays with your husband's family, and you follow your husband's interests. So this was how relationships used to be in the past.
So how should it be in the future?
In the future, I believe it should be, I'm an individual, you're an individual. We get together and you respect who I am and I respect who you are. You still have your routine, you still have your friends. I still have my routine, I still have my friends. And once you drop it and you start living just with your boyfriend's a group of friends, or if you just hang out with your boyfriend's family, you don't really be around your family anymore, and you just do what your boyfriend does. So if your boyfriend is a surfer, you just now I'm gonna be a surfer, and then you broke up. Now I'm dating a martial arts guy. Now I'm not gonna surf anymore. Now I'm gonna do martial arts. I'm not telling you that is a problem. You take up a new sport because you met a new guy, but if you love surfing, don't stop surfing because you're dating a guy that doesn't surf. And if he tells you like, I don't want you surfing because there's a lot of guys. Next. That's a red flag, my friend. So don't listen to that. Do what you want. Be authentic. You know, be an individual, because if you let your individuality go away, when you realize you're empty inside. And if one day this relationship fails and you broke up and you're alone, who are you? You know, it's gonna take a while until you find yourself again. So don't lose yourself just because you're in a relationship. Go travel with your girlfriends, you know, like keep your work, your projects, your hobbies, you know, and if a guy doesn't respect that, he's not the right guy for you. I'm really sorry to tell you that.
And I think, to be honest, same about women. For me, attractive as a woman is also if she keeps doing her hobbies, if she having a friend circle, if she maybe inviting me, but also have a bit of a distance. It's very attractive, actually. I always got a bit of like a feeling of not being attracted too much in my ex-girlfriend, for example, when she came too much into my life and trying to be everywhere where I was. You know, also the distance can be nice, like a bit of tension.
For each other. It's good for both, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, well, what's the next point?
Yeah, number 2 is listen attentively. Show genuine interest in what she says. Active listening strengthens your connection and lets her know your true value, you true value her thoughts. And that's the thing, because I believe that sometimes when you're talking to guys, like you go in a first date and they just talk about themselves.
They don't ask questions.
They don't ask you questions. If you say something, they forget 3 minutes later. They ask you the same thing, and it just feels that they are not paying attention
not
at
present,
all.
Yeah.
They're not present.
Listening.
You know, they probably are already thinking about like fucking you, and they cannot pay attention or whatever you're talking about, or just they're not really interested on listening. They just really want to fuck you. And for me, I have this thing that for me, I have to fuck the ideas, and then I fuck the person. If I can't fuck the ideas, I don't fuck the person, because it's the worst thing. I don't want just someone to fuck, because then you can masturbate yourself. You know, you don't need someone just to fuck. You want someone to connect, to find common things in common. You know, like even things you disagree, it's good, but you talk about it. You listen to each other. You know, otherwise it's so shallow, it's so empty. You know, that's why I don't do like online dating, because what my friends tell me, it's exactly what it happens. You go to those dates, they don't want to talk, they just want to fuck you. You know, and that's why you can get a dildo or whatever and just fuck yourself. Don't take this. It's like, don't take yourself for granted. You deserve better. You deserve someone that it's gonna listen to you, you know, and be there for you and ask you, how was your day? What can I do to make, like, if you had a bad day, what can I do to make it better? You know, go for these guys. If they're just like talking about themselves, how many days they fasting, blah blah blah. Next. I'm gonna, just like the French husband. It's like next, and there's plenty of guys that you can try. Don't accept it like the first, you know, small pieces of bread you receive, because it's like, we deserve a banquet. We deserve a big dinner, and not just like a little piece of bread.
So there's a very important point to say no, right? To say no if it's not a hell yes. I heard that of someone. She said, if you don't feel a hell yes, like, whoa, that's a good person, then just is a no. Don't even think about anything else and say no, sorry, boom, next.
Yeah,
and
that's important.
Sometimes you give a chance, or you say, oh, but to be honest, mostly it's not a good idea.
You're gonna regret.
Yes,
every
right?
time I say like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot, you know, and then 3 weeks later I was like, fuck, why did I do that? I should have ended up that shit 2 weeks ago, you know. And yeah, but I still believe in second chances. I'm not telling you like how people can't change, but they're not gonna change for you. They're gonna change if they realize that the change is necessary for themselves. Okay, next, be authentic. Don't pretend to be someone you're not just to impress her. Confidence is being yourself. Confidence in being yourself is incredibly attractive. That's one thing that I love, when people are authentic but not tyrannic. You know, they have a strong personality, they have strong ideals, they're very like smart and different, and I really value that. I didn't like, and people always joke like, why don't you hook up with Brazilian guys? Like in Australia, most of the Brazilian girls, they hook up with other Brazilian guys, and I'm trying to like avoid Brazilian guys because they all feel the same. You have some different stereotypes. They can be like a very sports guy or intellectual guy, but at the end of the day, they are not really authentic to my mind, you know. They're just like copying one another and like copying their mates, and I like when the person is different. And I like men when they don't have too many mates. By the way, fuck your mates. And they don't have too many mates, because we are not like cows. We don't have to go with other cows. We can be like, I don't know, like cats, you know, and have personality, and don't let people, you know, like walk over your head. And you know, I like authentic people with strong personalities, and because this is like really exciting for me. I don't like when I'm with a man or even with a friend, like a girlfriend or whatever, and they say like, whatever you want, I want. No. What do you mean? Like, you gotta have an opinion. You gotta have like your own thoughts about this. Why is it I have to decide everything? You know, we are a team. We gotta decide it together. So this is about authenticity. It's about like having your opinion, having your own style, your lifestyle. And yeah,
That's incredible. I think if someone is like individual, an artist in their personality, is very, very attractive.
perfect.
For the other gender or for same gender, for someone to attract, whoever they want to attract. I
Totally.
think so, yeah. What's attractive about guys who you met, for example?
You mean about
What's individual about them? Like, give me 3 ideas what could be individual for someone listening here to say, I have this. For example, I know I'm like a yoga meditator and a spiritual guy, you know. That makes me very individual because lots of men are not like this.
No.
So that's very individual, and I think that's why I am attractive.
Yeah, I think show you're sensitive, you know, like be open to talk about past relationships you experienced. This is really important to me because I like talking. It's part of my life. If I can't talk about my past relationships, I'm fucked. Because I'm not gonna have many subjects because everything that happened in my life go through also my relationships. So if you're not able to talk about past relationships, it's gonna be really awkward because I'm gonna be the only one talking about, and that can be like bothering you. You can feel uncomfortable. That's
So
one
there we're
thing.
in the point listening.
Show weakness.
Yeah.
Show that you're not like a rock, that you have feelings, that you feel upset, that you feel diminished if I say something you don't like it, and be able to express that you felt bad or that you're feeling bad about something. You know, not trying to show I'm a rock, I don't cry, I'm strong, I'm here for you no matter what happens. No, you know, it's not real. We know that's not authentic. And I would say the third one, about authenticity, it's about your taste, you know. So if you don't like something, you gotta communicate that. You don't do something you don't want just to please me, and then you're gonna blame me for something that I never asked you to do it.
For example?
For example, I would say like change your style. I had this with my ex-husband because when I met him, he would only wear like soccer jerseys and Havaianas and these sort of things, and I never told him that I didn't like it. But I was always like, when we go out, I'm gonna dress up and everything. And so he started to change the way he was like dressing and everything. But I knew that he didn't want to be dressed like that, you know. So he would be really pissed just by the way that I would look at him like, we're going out. And it's like, okay, and like, are you ready? And he would say like, yes. I'm like, really? Okay.
Flip-flops on.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm not telling you, I'm not gonna stop loving you because you're looking like a homeless guy, but it's your problem because I'm still gonna be gorgeous and you know, like amazing, marvelous, and you're gonna look like you're my fucking driver.
So you say
Yeah.
George's woman, she wants to be with a gentleman who is also George's and looks great, not with someone who's like a
Yeah, but then I'm trying to get to this point. What is not authentic? He would tell me like, so let's go out, and you choose my clothes. He's
Yeah,
like,
help me
I
dressing.
would never ever choose your clothes, ever. Call one of your girlfriends, call your friends, go shopping with your friends. I'm not gonna tell you because I don't want to control why you're dressing. You know, I don't even like to give clothes as a gift because I think clothes are something really personal, and you should go like look on I don't know, like Instagram, TikTok, follow some guys that you think they're stylish, you know. But I'm not gonna tell you what to dress because this is not fair. I don't want you to tell me.
Oh, he would be so appreciating that and be grateful, you know. When I had my second girlfriend, I did exactly the same. She said, "Oh, we should work a bit on your style." I say, "Yeah, okay, let's go shopping." I took her into my car. We drive to that shop and say, I will pay and you choose some clothes. And she give me this, did it, and I tried and say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And in the end, I looked kind of different afterwards, and I really liked it that she helped me dressing differently in a different style. Because, I mean, it's nice, it's not about pleasing her, it's more about maybe making her a favor, because I think she will know it will fit to her style of clothing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I ended up like doing this because he would insist a lot, and then he would buy those clothing and those clothes, and then he would complain. This is not my style.
Yeah, of course.
You know, this is not me. And then I was like, man, you ask for help, so of course I'm gonna tell you what I think it looks good, but you gotta find your own style. You gotta be authentic. I can't keep telling you what to dress. And it was every single time we are going out, what should I dress? And then naturally I would choose something that was like matching my outfit. He was like, we look like twins. I don't want to be like this. And I was like, why did you ask for help then? If you don't accept help. If like, I prefer to meet someone that has their own style. And that's why I don't date younger guys. Because usually like younger guys, they're still like finding themselves, and like usually if you're older, you already know what you like to wear and everything. And I have some experiences dating like younger guys, and it was the same. Like, oh, can you go out with me and choose my clothes?
They want to be your mama, right?
Yes, how fuck yeah.
And you don't want to be their mama.
I don't want to. I want a man. I don't want a son. I don't have children, and I don't want to tell you what to dress on, and you know, and that's it. Be authentic.
That's a very important thing. Lots of men, they behave like they are their mothers, or they are the son of their girlfriend, or
totally.
their
We're
wife.
not.
And I mean, it's okay if Mahatma Gandhi can do that and say after having sex with his wife, he became her son. But I mean,
you're not Mahatma Gandhi,
we should be aware, and yes, and we are not Mahatma Gandhi, right?
No. Okay, next. Have a sense of humor. Laughter creates bonds. Use humor wisely. Light, respectful jokes can bring you closer, but avoid anything that could be offensive. And that's one thing that I experienced recently on my last relationship. And the guy kept making jokes about me being Brazilian and how there are stereotypes of a Brazilian woman being like a sex machine. And you know, and I was like, man, I'm 34, I'm tired. I used to be a sex machine when I was 24, now I'm retired. Just do everything when I'm leaving. And all those jokes just become really annoying, you know, like and you never, if you just joke all the time, and that's one thing, because I'm a joker. Like 100% of the time, I'm making jokes, but when I'm serious, people know that I'm serious because it's the body language. You change your face, you change your tone of your voice, so you're gonna know when I'm talking seriously. But some guys, they're just like, ha, 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 and you never know if they're like serious or if they are like joking or whatever. So I had this, I'm gonna give this as an example, and I was going out with this guy, and then I was about to travel, and we were like, we're only gonna see each other after I come back from this trip and everything. And then he was like talking to me on like messaging and everything, and he said like, I'm sexually frustrated because I'm gonna have to wait you until you come back. And I was like, okay, but what can I do? It's like, you could at least stop by and give me a blowjob. And he said that, and I just like, are you serious? I didn't know because he's always like joking, but that was so offensive, you know, like, it's not about sex. I don't have time to go and hang out with you now, you know, and of course I'm not gonna go to your house just to give you a fucking blowjob. Who do you think I am? I'm a fucking whore or something, you know? That was so disrespectful. So this sort of jokes. Because after that, I never spoke to him again.
It's kind of the dosage, yeah?
The dosage, you know, you gotta be respectful. You gotta be clever. That's the thing. And when you're not clever and you try to make jokes, you're disrespectful. And then you lost it, you know? And then I never spoke to this guy again because I don't accept people treat me like an object, or like I'm not here to serve your sexual pleasures. I have a life, you know, and that in that case I was super tired and busy. And of course, I'm not gonna go to your house just to give you a blowjob. You should come to my house and give me a blowjob. It's the opposite, you know. And just, no way.
That would be a fun. That would work better, right?
I should have said that.
If he would say, "Hey, can I come over and give you a blowjob?"
No, you
that
should
would have
come
worked
here.
better.
But then, if
Yeah, I told
also
him.
when
That's what I
someone
tried to
says
say,
something you don't like, you don't joke back. If you make a joke again, they're gonna think you're okay with that. So if someone says something that I don't like, I say straight away, "You're fucking tripping, mate. Don't talk to me like this. I don't like it. This is the last time I'm gonna talk to you." And it was, you know, because there was a lot of other things, but basically, he lost me because of a bad joke, you know. And I can't recall like other relationships, but this is like recent, so I think it's a good to fit in this principle.
Words can be very powerful, and with the humor, is sometimes a fine line.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with the humor. But I think humor, if you use it wisely, it's so powerful. You can have so much fun with it.
Totally.
What's next point?
Next point is
It's number 5, by the way.
pay attention.
We are halfway through.
Yeah. Pay attention to body language. Non-verbal cues often speak louder than words. Notice her body language to gauge her comfort and interest levels. So that's really common because sometimes in a relationship, I realize that people, they want to be asked. You know, like you're a little upset, but sometimes you don't want to be like annoying and complain all the time. So you just get a little bit more quiet, introspective, you're reflecting. Then it is important to realize that, especially when you already have like intimacy, like, what's going on? It was something that I did, or it's something about you. And mostly, don't say it, everything is gonna be okay. I think I hate it when I'm upset and someone comes to me and say, relax, everything is gonna be okay. I know that everything is gonna be okay, but can you listen to me a little bit? And we go back to one of the other principles, but body language is really important. Like I mentioned also, like when you're like being serious, it's the way you use your hands, it's like the way you use this here, like your eyes, you know, your tone of your voice. So learn to identify when a woman is pissed, and especially if she's pissed with you or with something else. But watch out the body language. This is really important. Also, when you're having, like, for example, having sex with someone for the first time, I think you gotta read the signs and see if, like, are you comfortable with this or comfortable with that. Don't just close your eyes and you know, like, pay attention, because that's important. You can't like be hurting her or like being too intrusive, you know, like you gotta be careful with the body language, not only when you're talking, but also like in the sexual context. It's really important to notice that, because sometimes they're not going to be able to say no. They're going to be too shy to say no, but they are in an uncomfortable situation, you know. And so I think it's really important to pay attention, to communicate, to try to understand, it's something that I did, or are you upset because of your work, of a friend, your family. And once you realize what is the source of the problem, then you talk about it and you be there, be supportive. But it starts with the body language, and it's really important. I
would be interested in body language in form of dating. For example, first date or second date. You're just getting to know someone. How is the body language, and how you understand the body language in these terms? And how important is that for you? For me, it's very important, actually. If I open up my hand and can I come a little bit closer to a person, or may already give a hug or a kiss or something, or even go further or not that far. Okay. So there's a lot of body language involved in that communication, right?
For me, first rule, and if I go for a date and you don't look me in the eye, there is no second date.
For example, if I would sit with sunglasses the whole time, would not be good? Or doesn't matter?
No, doesn't matter. But if it's a dinner or something, or like you're inside the house or whatever, and the person like is here, and I'm talking to you, and I'm looking there, and I'm watching the birds and seeing like people surfing, I don't like it. This really annoys me, and I know that sometimes it's because people are shy, but I don't want to be with a guy that is shy. So it's like, it's for me, it's gonna shut it down. It's straight away. I'm not gonna be like interested. I don't want to, you know, like if you can't look me in the eyes, why can't you do it for me?
A woman gave me a great tip. She said, look into her eyes and then focus here and say, I want you.
Yeah, that's it.
She said that works. But don't say it directly into her face, just think it.
Yeah, and I'm very like, I really appreciate like, not necessarily like touching me or something, but for example, if we
Gestures.
Yeah, I'm Brazilian, I'm a hugger. I love hugs, and I hug dogs, I hug everything, I hug trees. And I had some experiences, for example, like you hook up the first time, you have a date, or like after this date or something, the guy's gonna drop you off at your house, and then he doesn't give you a hug, he doesn't give you a kiss. Looks
Not
like,
even a hand kiss or something?
It's just like...
Do you like those kind of things?
Yeah, we just had like sex 5 minutes ago, and you dropped me here. You're not gonna give me a kiss.
You had sex before you hugged him.
No, yeah. No. You didn't understand.
No, I didn't.
For example, we had a date. We spent the night together, and then you go drop me off at my place, and then you get out of the car like, oh, okay, bye, and then you say goodbye, like you're saying goodbye to your kid going to school. Not even if you do this like you're with your friends, you know, like you don't hug your friends, you don't kiss your friends. In Brazil, if you go to a party, there's 15 people in that party. When you arrive there, you have to give like this with every person in the party. Otherwise, they're gonna say you are a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Don't behave well. This is like Brazilian standards.
Yeah.
You know, some places it's one kiss, but where I come from it's 2 kisses. So for me, if after a date someone drops me off and he doesn't want, especially like in Byron, for example, in my head, like this guy doesn't want to kiss me in public because he doesn't want someone to see that he's with another girl. So am I good to be like cuddling when nobody's watching, and then when we are in public, I'm not good enough to have like a kiss on my cheek? So this is body language as well, you know, and why are you afraid?
I was shocked because of you said you had sex in the first date and then he didn't hug you to say goodbye.
Yeah, that happened to me, actually.
You know, in my mind, lots of women, they don't want to have first sex in the first date. You are already 10 steps further than most of the people who are listening are.
I think if I have a date, a first date, and if I don't feel like, at least I want to have sex, or something can happen. By like, if short of time, you can go to somewhere else. But I mean, if I don't really want to have sex, or if I don't have sex, probably there is no second date for me.
Yeah.
I'm very like, I need this because for me, it's an important part of the relationship. And I'm not shy, I'm not introverted, and I'm not like a very one-night stand person, but probably if we have like one time, we're gonna have it again, you know. So I just want to know if it's good, because if it's not good, I don't want a second date. I want to find out it straight out. Yeah, but most of my friends are like this. No kiss, no sex, and I'm like the guys like I don't want to go again because I feel like I'm wasting my time.
I think, to be honest, you can already know if someone has a good and high sexual energy and it will be a good interaction or not. You can know within a couple minutes you spend with that person. I know, maybe you not, I know if we would have a good interaction or not good connection.
Men, it's easier to have good sex. For men, almost everything is good. For women, it's complicated. It's not that easy.
So you got to be very clever to understand how to read the body language of that man. Yeah. Okay, why? Why is it not that easy? Tell us about why, and what's the difference between men and women? I mean, of course, we are penetrating, right? We are kind of entering the body, and you are opening up the body, and you're receiving, kind of thing.
Man is like man. men are full on, you know, like they see your tits like, oh, that's like enough to make them horny and everything. Like woman needs, we're like more like the ocean. We need the right wind, the right storm to form the waves and get the climax. Men are like wave pool, you know, it's just like woo, 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 woo. It's different. It's different sexual instincts and everything, you know, and there's many things that I think for men it's easier to come, it's easier to enjoy a sexual intercourse than for women, definitely. But that's basically, I think, because we are less, we take more time to get it, you know, and it's like, and if I realize that it's not gonna be good, I don't want to have a second date, because I don't want to, you know, waste. I'm not gonna teach someone. It's like you can tell, like I like this, I don't like that, but some things they're not there to be teach. You know, you
They
gotta
got to find out themselves.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
I like experienced people. I don't want to be like a teacher or whatever. You know, we can learn things together, but if I have to teach you how to do things, I don't have patience.
One of my soccer trainer, he said, you got to find a good old horse to learn how to ride. It made me laugh, and I was 18 or 17 years old. I said, my girlfriend is same age like me. Maybe she had one boyfriend a couple days before me, and that's it. It's not an old horse. So now I'm looking for the older horses.
It doesn't have to be an old horse.
What the fuck? Is that
But
true?
makes sense.
Is that true? People
Makes
with
sense
more
though, yeah.
experience probably have a more connection to themselves and idea what they like, what they not like.
Yeah.
And I think that comes with the more better experience, probably.
Yeah, sure. But let's move forward.
Hmm?
What do you think? Shall we move forward?
Yeah, of
Next
course.
topic.
Yeah.
Okay. Take interest in her interests. Ask about her hobbies, passions, and life goals. Share yours too. It is about building a connection, not conducting an interview. That's true, because some of my first dates, it feel like an interview. It feel like
Interview?
Yeah.
What we are doing right now.
Yeah.
But we don't do interview, we share.
No,
thoughts.
this is like a podcast. It's like we are trying to give advice. It's different from when you go out with someone and that
We are the
person.
masters.
Yeah, and they're like asking you questions about everything, and it's not natural. You know, it's too pushy.
What
and
they asking? How old are you? Where you coming
yeah,
from?
yeah. No, I don't care if you ask like, how old I am and what did you work with or whatever. But it's just like sometimes the way if you ask too many questions, it feels like you're judging. You know, like you want to. And that is one thing that men love to do, like women as well. Like, oh, really? So, you play chess? Okay, that's 10 points. What? This is not a game. This is like, what are you talking about points? You make points with me because you play chess. I don't want to, this is not like a race.
They saying you're higher on that.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're
That's
more
scary.
valuable because you do this and you do that, and they keep you like giving you points for whatever.
Credits, yeah.
Credits
Get it.
for whatever you say you do it, and I was like, what? I hate that. But
So
most,
they already have their picture in mind, and
Yeah.
you like check this box, check that box. Oh, don't check this box.
no, exactly.
Okay.
And for
That's
example, we
That's so
talked
weird.
about
It's
it.
so sad
We're
actually.
talking about like surfing and
But also it's
everything.
interesting.
I used to date people, they weren't surfers in the past. Nowadays, I'm just like it's pretty clear to me that I want to be with someone that also surfs.
So you also do that checking.
Yeah, that's a must go thing for me, because I want to, because I spend most of my time surfing or talking about surfing. So if I'm with someone that doesn't surf, it's gonna be really bad for him, poor thing. But I had boyfriends in the past, different types of non-surfer boyfriends or people that I was dating, and basically it's like one type of guys that they feel really like shit because you surf and they don't surf, and they're gonna try to take you out of surfing and like putting you in a different lifestyle, like now you're gonna do just martial arts or gonna run and I don't know, like sail. And I had a boyfriend, for example, that he was a really good sailor, and he was like, no, let's not go surfing, let's go for a sail, and there's always take me out. And I always told him, mate, you are my mistress. My boyfriend is that surfboarder. You're watching that. He's my boyfriend. You are my mistress. Don't take me out of my serious relationship. It's with surfing. It's not with you. And then, bam, it's over. But I also had boyfriends. They were like, I don't surf, but I have a camera, and I go there and I'm gonna photograph you and I'm gonna cheer for you. And he would be like in the sand. I was like surfing. He was like, yes, yes. And I love that. I wouldn't mind, you know. But usually, like when you date a man, and he doesn't surf, he wants you to quit surfing. And that happened with many of my friends, that they got married and they had kids with guys that they don't surf. They don't surf anymore. They quitted surfing.
It's about supporting and cheering the partner up, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And for me, like, okay, chess is my hobby. Reading is a hobby or whatever. And if I'm reading a book and you interrupt me, or if I'm playing chess match and you invite me to do something else, I will be keen on doing whatever. But surfing is not a hobby for me. It's my religion.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
It's my philosophy. So
Got it.
don't take me out of it.
Okay.
Because you're gonna lose this fight.
What's next part? Yeah. What's next point?
Next point.
So build genius interest and not interview the person. It's more like building a connection and really be interested in her.
Be a gentleman. Chivalry is timeless.
A what?
Chivalry. Chivalry is like being...
Be a gentleman, yeah.
Yeah, it's timeless. Opening doors, helping her with her coat, or giving her your coat, bring her a drink, are small gestures that make a big impression. It could be a flower, a seashell, like whatever, just to make her feel special. And I really appreciate like when a guy cooks for me, you know, or if I cook, he's there with me, like help me with the mise en place and like cleaning the dishes. And it's like it's an exchange, you know. And also because I like to give gifts and I like to receive gifts, but I had relationships where I was the only one who was giving. I wasn't getting anything. I wasn't feeling special at all. And I'm not the most romantic girl, but I know the women are romantic. So be a gentleman.
Give us some ideas for romantic. I think candles are always good. Flowers are always amazing.
Put like a
the
smell, like a really intimate music, like
music.
Have a sex playlist, you know, to put, you know, to make like a vibe, like a sex vibe or something. And I don't know, like I know for also if you're like in a long-term relationship, many women appreciate that you put like a nice photo with a nice text about how much you like her. And or if you're like too shy to do this on the internet, write a letter. I love receiving letters.
Yep.
I last time I got a letter, like a love letter, I remember like I cried like a baby, and I'm not even romantic, but it just feels so emotional. It feels special.
And where is that guy now?
Which one?
That love letter guy.
I have no idea.
Why?
But I have the letter.
Why?
I still kept my love letters.
You're forgetting about those guys.
No, he's in Brazil and he's like having his life. But it was just someone that I was not even dating seriously. But he wrote a really nice letter. You know, he put like one of the flowers. I don't know the name. Like when you take from the flowers, you peel the flower. He put it with the envelope and everything. With his perfume. I think he was leaving Brazil. He was like going to US or something. Then he sent me the letter. So it's just like it's such simple gestures. You don't even have to, you know, buy anything. It's a flower that you pick it up on the street and you give it and you put on, you know, and you make her feel loved and special. And it's simple. It's not about money. And many guys, they think like, I have to buy her a Chanel or pay for her expensive dinner, and that's not what it's about, you know. But yeah, it's not about money. It's about paying close attention. And I don't know, like you see that she's like on the pre-period time of the month, give her a chocolate, you know, like hug her and tell her like how special she is, and that's it. Make her feel special, because we are more keen on doing that, you know, like I know, because my friends, when they have like a birthday anniversary, no, relationship anniversary, they put like roses and candles. I'm not this kind of girl, but I know girls like that, so I tell my guy friends, do it, because they're gonna appreciate, like print some photos, put a rope, and then you put the photos on the back of the room, you know, some candles and a balloon or something. I know girls like that, you know. I don't really like, just, if you want to see me happy, just give me a surfboard. It's better. Give me a surfboard. Or take me for surfing. You see, I'm more like a simple woman, you know. I know that my friends, we talk about this a lot, and they say like, we are expensive women, you're like more like a barefoot woman, you know. You appreciate like things. I appreciate non-material things, you know, more than like getting, like being given a gift or something. I appreciate like moments. Let's go for a spontaneous camping. Let's spend the night at the beach. Let's go like swim naked in a waterfall. This also, it's like, it's a way to show how she's special. So you have to understand and
quality
read.
time together.
Quality time, perfect.
Yeah,
Try to read the type of girl and ask her what she likes, you know, but it's a little bit of surprise is really good.
Reminds me on that different kind of love languages we all have.
Yeah.
What's the next point?
Next point, be patient. This for me is maybe the most important, because all my last relationships failed because guys couldn't be patient with me, you know, and I was like, I take time to...
In what terms?
To get deeply involved, you know. But anyway, let me read what is on this topic. Relationships take time. Respect her boundaries and let the connection grow naturally.
Yo, there it is.
I don't like people pushing me. I had this experience in Australia, because Australia is really crazy with visas and everything, and I was working in a shop, and the manager was this Brazilian guy, and we hooked up a couple times, and he fell in love. He was obsessed. He wanted to see me every single day. He was like giving me things all the time and take me out for dinner and like, let's do this, let's camp, let's do it. And I was studying, I had my job, I had my house to take care. Like, I had to exercise, I had my routine, and that was like suffocating me. And I just told him like, look, I can't do that.
Calm down, brother.
Calm down. And he was like, no. And he said, I
He's horny as
love
fuck.
you. He said, I love you after a week, 2 weeks or something. And I was like, what? No, you don't love me. Don't mistake passion with love. That's the huge stupidity you can have. This is not love. You barely know me. You know, you can't. No, there was love at the first sight. I was like, man, I don't believe in love in the first sight. This is like Hollywood, some sort of thing, you know. And I only fall in love in the first sight for waves. Like, I see the waves, like, fuck, I love the wave, and I know that it's gonna be good. But with people, we gotta, you know, like, get to know each other before falling in love. It's not how it works. You just feel attracted and you think you're in love, but you're not in love. And he got so pissed. And he told me, you just don't want to hook up with a Brazilian guy. You just want the gringos. You want a visa. And he just like humiliated me.
Oh, he was a Brazilian guy.
He was a Brazilian guy. He told me like, he basically called me a digger, a visa digger.
Gold digger.
Yeah, like a visa digger or something. I was like, what? If he was like a gringo doing the same, I would say the same, man, calm down. You know, let's get going and see how things go. I don't let myself fall in love.
Very judgmental also, right?
Very judgmental,
Too
but
much.
basically, I had this with like the 3 last guys that I hooked up, it was the same. And this happens especially when and I communicate that on the first date, like, look, I'm just into something casual, I don't want something serious. And they just freak out. They want you, like, girls, this is advice for you, that you really want a relationship, start telling guys that you don't want. You're gonna see a change in your life, because I was different in the
They
past.
will start wanting that.
Yeah, in the past I was really keen on having relationships and guys were always cheating on my head. And now that I tell them like, oh look, I don't want something serious, they're like, what? No, I want you. I want you so bad. And that's really like a reverse psychology.
It's paradox, yeah?
But it works.
It does.
And I don't do it because I'm lying and I'm trying to play games or something. It's because I really don't want.
You feel it, yes.
And basically one of these guys, he told me like, no, basically you don't want to have a relationship with me. And I was like, yeah, that's it. I don't think you're the right one. And I have to be fair with you, but mostly true to myself. I'm not going to choose you just because you want me. I don't want you.
Yeah.
You know? And
True.
yeah. Next.
Grow naturally, be patient. And last point, is it last but not least?
Almost there.
Almost there.
Exude confidence. Confidence, not arrogance. It's magnetic. Believe in yourself and your abilities, but remain humble. 100%. This is really true because usually when people are like guys are confident, they are very cocky, you know, like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm this, I'm that. They don't let you talk. If you say something, they're gonna patronize you. They're gonna tell you wrong. And I mean, I have like heaps of qualifications, and I've studied, like I went to law school, I did a master's, I did an MBA, and then sometimes I go and discuss things related to my qualifications with guys that they are like, I don't know, like a personal trainer that never studied politics in his life, and he wants to tell me that I'm wrong, and he patronizes me and he tells me I don't know what I'm talking about. Or another situation that was recently as well, is I'm some sort of atheist, and like this guy, he was trying to convince me like, oh no, you're not an atheist, you just didn't have a really spiritual experience in your life. I was like, imagine if I come here to this date and I tell you, you are dumb because you believe in God. I'm not gonna hook up with you because you're the dumbest guy I've ever met because you believe in God. I won't do that. I respect other people's faith. I respect other people's. So don't be cocky. And you're confident enough, invite me to a retreat. Invite me to a meditation, to a yoga, pray. Let's go to a temple and pray or whatever, so you can feel the presence of whatever you believe. And I would be keen on going. I would never say I won't go.
Inviting is powerful, yeah.
Inviting is powerful, but don't patronize women. Don't try to make them look stupid, especially if it's a topic or a subject that you don't know if she really knows about it. And that happens a lot with me with politics, because I studied sociology, I studied politics. And then I discuss, in Australia, most of the guys, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they are like plumbers, tradies, they never went to uni, they never studied politics in their lives. And they want to tell me that Elon Musk is the guy. I have things that I appreciate about Elon Musk, but I have criticism against him as well. So you're not going to come to me and tell, I worship Trump, and I'm going to cross my arms and say, oh, yeah, I understand that. No, I'm going to tell why. Why would you appreciate a guy that has no political experience? And then that becomes a fight.
Make up the opinion, of course.
And I have a strong opinion. So like, if you want to be confident about what you have, like you dominate, you know, things. You're like, I'm confident about my surfing, I'm confident about my lifestyle, like my friendships, like the way that I have a relationship with my family. Be confident about yourself, and don't try to dominate the woman, dominate like the conversation, you know, like, because this is not a debate, it's a conversation. Nobody has to win. And sometimes I feel that men, they want to win the conversation, they want to give the last word. And yeah, and if you behave
not a good move, no?
And then if you do that, woman gonna become reactive, because woman also can be like pig-headed, especially if you behave like that. And it's the worst things when you go out with someone, with a guy, and he's very cocky and he keeps talking about that happens a lot with me also, like with surfing. Like when I dated guys, they were like really good at surfing, and they would be like talking to me like I was inferior because I surf less than them and whatever. And just, why would you do that? Of course, we are not the same. I'm different, but I'm better in other things that you're not so good at. So imagine if I start telling you like, oh, I'm gonna just read my resume to you here, and let's see who has more qualifications. Let's see who makes more money. You know, this is ridiculous. You know, so be confident, but don't be an asshole, because women don't appreciate that. They don't want a man that thinks that they are better. We are not best than anyone. It's your ego that tells you that you're best or worse, because at the end of the day, we are all the same bullshit. We're the same. So if something tells you you're best, it's your ego. So go see a therapist or go to a retreat. Go treat your ego, and because you have ego problems, my friend. You're not best. I'm sorry to tell you that. And last one, show love and respect. I think this summarizes everything.
Show love and respect. This is a strong one as well. Huh? Some people have problems showing love.
Totally, they can manifest. And I'm not talking to show love to your wife or to a girl you're dating for a long time. You can show love to someone that you just met. You know, be lovely, be, you know, sweet. You know, be really kind and sweet and gentle and respectful. I think this really summarizes all the topics. You know, and empathy, support, genuine care are the foundation of a meaningful relationship. So this comes back to being a gentleman, to take interest in her interests, have sense of humor, make her laugh when she's sad, you know, listen to her, respect. This really summarizes everything, because I think relationships are about love and respect. And we can love someone, like somehow you can show love to someone that you just met. Being respectful, you know, like send a message after the first date, you know, check on her, see if she's feeling good. She, for example, you go out, you drink a lot, like, how are you today? Are you with a hangover? Can I bring you some coconut water? Just drop you some coconut water, you know, or I don't know, like give her a kiss after the date when you drop her at her place, you know, and don't hit up on her friends, especially. It's a very Brazilian thing. It's I don't know, so many things that could be related to show love and respect, but I think this is the most summarizing topic of all of them.
I want to do a bit of a summarize again, to be magnetic and repeat some of the principles. It's about thoughtfulness, about building trust, about presence and attention, about communication, either if it's body language or words or thoughts as well, because thoughts become your words. And if you judge, for example, and you realize, oh, right now I'm judging, then you better forgive yourself first for the judgment, and then you start over again. Good smell matters, is a game changer, but be careful with the smell as well. Avoid repeating cliches like saying you're special. Instead, be specific and say, what do you like about her individually? Women want to feel unique, and physical appearance, of course, is so powerful and important. Clean nails, fresh breath, tidy hair. To be honest, once I had a date with a woman, her breath was so bad, you know, and I feel like, oof, if this continues, I think I'm not going to see her again. No, I'm just not seeing her again. I say next, because why do I want that in my life every day? I could tell her to change it, or I say I make the escape move and just search the next one. So there are always these two chances and opportunities in life, and that's also very powerful. Sometimes we're looking for a new relationship, but we should look here first and look into our communication, and maybe we should tell our partner everything straight into the face directly, or maybe with a bit of a present, with a bit of calmness, to make them understand what we don't like about them. And if they want to keep having a nice relationship with us, they
gotta change.
Got to change a little. Yeah, if I say you having a smelly mouth, I don't like that, and I cannot hang out with you, I don't even want to kiss you, then she probably will change that.
Go to the dentist.
If she wants to hang out with you, yes. Can
Yeah,
you have back
okay.
the screen?
Uh-huh.
And that's so important. And have a tidy, clean room. You know, like the small things. Be
Yeah, I
calm.
think I told you that
positive.
if I go on a date and I get to the place and it's disgusting, if the car is dirty, if the house is disgusting, if the clothes are dirty, full of holes, I don't feel really interested, because especially after being married for 5 years, and I know where this is gonna end. It's gonna be me cleaning that house, be me, because I don't want to stay in a bad, dirty environment. I'm very pragmatic. I don't blame people for my problems. I blame the furniture. So if the furniture is out of place, if everything is dirty, I think the energy is bad because of that, you know. And it's true. It's like it messes with your energy if you live in a disgusting sort of place, you know. So yeah, definitely. I remember that I went to this guy, like, it was like a republic. He was sharing with his friends in college. And I came in the night after a party and I was drunk. I didn't realize, but when I woke up, then I used the bathroom. I was like, I almost puked. I was like, oh my God, this is disgusting. Then I went to the kitchen to grab some water. The kitchen looked like a swamp. And I just grabbed my stuff and I fled. I didn't even talk to him. I didn't woke him up. And then he messaged me next day, what's going on? And I say, man, your house is like insalubrity. You know what is insalubrity? When you have like a very dirty environment that is bad for your health.
Oh yeah.
Basically, I don't want to wake up in this house, you know, and that's it. I think your battery is almost
let's
over.
finish with the final thoughts. Women are complex and individuals, but not as complex as we think they are. And remember, it's not about changing yourself to fit her expectations. It's about growing together and bringing out the best in each other. That's the support part. In this time, I want to say goodbye. Thank you for listening, and give us a thumbs up. Comment the video if you like it, and share it with your friends who have maybe problems or want to have some new ideas in dating, or even in relationships which are already existing. I think there are incredible tips here. I'm very grateful, thankful for having you here, because this video is a game changer probably for a lot of men and maybe even women, and you can look it up anytime.
Yeah.
It's out there now, and if you struggle or feel like, oh, I want to get back into dating, I want to think about how can I be a gentleman, just watch the video again.
Yeah, and thank you so much for the opportunity to share my thoughts. We are talking about this, that it's the change. Women are changing, but men also need to change, otherwise it's not gonna work. So it's important to talk to your mates, to show this video, to, you know, like in the future we're gonna be releasing Matthias' book as well. So have this book as a Bible and practice that, you know, because it's not only about hooking up with like gorgeous, interesting woman, but like hooking up is easy, but this is like a way to keep them close to you.
Building
and
a
it's
connection.
so good to have women around. You know, it's a different thing. It's if you only hang out with guys, you're not gonna experience the beauty of the female and the power of the female presence, you know. And as much as I appreciate having the power of men by my side, I also love having women, and it's really important. We have to get a little bit of everything and learn about each other, and we have no option. We gotta learn how to connect and how to live together, and you know, how to grow a better world for the next generations. It's like, it's gonna be our legacy. It's on our hands, and we can change that. We have the power, the knowledge to change that. So let's do it together.
Let's grow together as humans.
Yay!
Keep surfing.
Let's surf. It's such a good word.